in RVA, on the mic with Mike in RVA.
Who did that?
Hi, I'm Reba Hollingsworth with CBS 6, and I was on the mic with Mike and had a fabulous time. Make sure you tune in every week.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic, Mike, the premier business radio program. I'm your host, Mike King. I appreciate you being here with me, coming to you from the Mike King Biz Studio, which is the global epicenter of social enterprise business helping society be better. So, being a public servant, I'm just minding my business. And I hear some really cool things are going on over in Chesterfield County. Not Chesterfield County as a whole. I mean, cool things do happen in Chesterfield County. Shout out Dr. Casey. Sorry about that. Shout out to Dr. Casey and all the great things. Shout out to Danielle Fitzhugh at the Chamber, all the things. But we're here today to talk about the library.
Yes.
Yes. So my friend Angela Royston is in the building. Angela, welcome
Hey, everybody.
Back. All righty. So really quickly, tell folks who you are and what you do.
My name is Angela Royston, and for the sake of this interview today, I'm representing the Friends of the Chesterfield County Public Library, FCCPL. I'm going to be using that because the other way is too long.
Bunch of acronyms.
Exactly. And I'm the Vice President of Corporate Giving. And the Friends of Chesterfield County Public Library is a 501c3 organization aimed at helping to provide funding for programs for the library. We are the voice of the community. We've been serving the libraries for over 52 years now. And so our job is to be the voice of the community and also help with programming so that we can inform our patrons and provide resources for them through the funding.
So one of the things that I didn't know about this was a lot of the funds that the library gets that come through the traditional channels that handle traditional things. And then there are all the other things that the library needs.
Right.
And so that's what, if there's good going on in the community, Angela Royston is involved. So you do not roll solo. Every time I see you, you got some cool people with you.
Yeah, I like to hang around cool people like Mike. And
who's cooler than a librarian? And a man librarian.
Oh, very cool.
I know.
Very, very cool. It's not like the traditional library back in the day.
And so,
come on.
This is the disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen. I have been given notes. So because this is so good.
I mean, that's a library thing. Like, we're on point.
Exactly.
You
have to keep Mike on track. So we are the director of the library services at the Chesterfield County Public Library. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you for having us on.
All right, so really quickly, tell us who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Mike Mabe. I'm Director of Library Services for Chesterfield County. We make Dr. Casey look good.
Yes.
One of those agencies in county government that serves everybody. We have a couple 100,000 card holders. We have 10 branch libraries. We have about 1 million books that are available for checkout. But as a result of the help from the Friends of the Library and Angela and all the additional cash that she rolls in, we're able to provide some great programming, some great services to disadvantaged populations, to other very specific populations, in a wide range of stuff. We're a cool place to be.
Yeah,
the library has turned, it always was, but before, you guys have had to do some real changes.
We have.
And so talk about what the library pre-COVID, I'm sorry.
Well, this is good because we have a lot to share.
The library pre-COVID. And what did you learn from coming through COVID that you never did before, but all of a sudden you're saying, that's good, that thing is good?
So change always allows us to make really important changes in the organization. So COVID was one of those wonderful opportunities for us.
The man said,
wonderful.
Now we're talking, ladies and gentlemen, that man just put a spin on it.
Yes, he did.
That's a wonderful opportunity.
That's right.
Yes, that's lemonade.
In my ultra life, I want to be a radio host.
It is pretty fun.
There you go.
It is. But more the music side would be really cool.
Nah.
But the talk side, okay, so you made lemonades out of COVID, which was, lemons.
So before COVID, we knew people liked us. We knew people used us.
Okay.
But we didn't know everybody that wanted to use us.
Mm-hmm.
So with COVID, we did shut down for a few days. Then working with Dr. Casey, he certainly is a big supporter of us. He suggested we ought to look at opening back up again. So working with staff, we figured a way to provide access to the materials and the staff through technology and through a drive-up service. that allowed us to continue to check out material, to check material in, provide answers to resources. And a few months into that, we then found a way to allow folks to come in a very structured way, to come into the building, use the meeting rooms, to still study, to still have access to all of the resources of the library. So what we found out is we're still popular whether we open the doors or not.
That's right.
Because I mean, the library is a place, whether it's an elementary school, college, whatever, but it's more than that.
Oh,
And
it's
now
so much more.
Before, like you said, the card catalog, I don't know if very many people understood how to use that Dewey Decimal System thing, not sure, but they knew there was a person at the library. But now, then the library all of a sudden became the media place in
We
school.
did.
That was the one place in school that had multiple computers. Talk about, from a leadership standpoint, how technology has really
Oh,
transformed,
good
because
stuff.
people are sitting at home with COVID, and now you guys, you have the books are good, but you guys have to become a technology center as well.
so much to talk
So
about.
we were already into technology. The libraries have been into technology for the last 40 or 50 years. We've been sort of latecomers because we have to invest as tax dollars are made available, but we are very cagey and when we get it, when we use it well. So for us, technology has made the access point really easy.
Yep.
We can provide access to materials and resources online or in the building. We can interact with customers at their home or at the library. Technology makes that happen. But learning and reading is still a tactical experience. People still want to touch the book,
They do.
taste it,
That's
feel it.
me.
You want to turn the page down at night. You want to set it next to the bed. You want to put it on the bathroom dresser. You got to have it. And quite frankly, we've learned even with technology, people get access to the information quickly, but that still leads them to want to touch the book, to read the book, to touch the paper, to read the paper. Actually, I have a bunch of books at home. They're on the table. They're in the bookcase. And when I pull it out, I open it up and I remember that book that I turned the page down on. I remember one in the Concord Public Library in Concord, Massachusetts, that's still on the shelf from about 50 years ago that I read on Mondays when I was there and turned the pages down. That copy of the book is still on the shelf because it's a classic book. And I can still go there and pull that book off and I can still read it, still remember reading that book, sitting there in that library and that particular time in my life.
Love
Hold on,
it.
Mike,
Great
Mike,
memories.
They're creating
History.
memories. All right, sir, here is the $1 million question. Are you reading more than one book now?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Really? So, you talk to a lot of people about books. Do most people read multiple books at once?
Yes, there's types of readers. There are folks who read fiction. There are folks who read nonfiction. There are people who don't read necessarily books. They don't count books. They count pages that they read day in and day out. So you're a newspaper man. You read pages.
I read pages.
But you also read information in journals and magazines. You read portions of books. In the process, you may have been reading some or all of the book, but the fact is you were getting the information you wanted from pages. That's what technology does for you now. But if you really want to experience it, you have to pick up the book and you maybe read the end first to know where you're going. Then you read from the beginning and the end. I mean, I still read some books 2 or 3 times. Because I like them. I like the experience of reading the book.
You know the answer. You're still reading the book. It is something about that
It
journey.
is.
Right. So now, you are in a competitive business. You are in the book business. A lot of kids are out there with the technology things, but we have to get the kids involved with technology, with the book part of it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about capturing young readers and really getting. So we took my grandkids. So this is how I get off on that. So we took my grandkids and they had an event day at the library over off of Patterson, I think it was. And so, it was an activity thing, but once you're in the library, they're running and they're opening up this book and that book. And that's the idea. So the library lures you in with some activities and they're having a great time. Oh, but while we're here, and people there is something about a library.
There is.
too, sir.
There is
something about that.
It's still a tool to get access. We still check material out at no fee, but the books cost money. I mean, on any given day, if you check out 4 or 5 books, you got about $125 worth of material. And we trust everybody with it. It's not a problem. People are not going to defraud the public library. I mean, you don't intentionally get up in the morning and say, I'm going to go and check out some books.
Not bring it back.
Exactly.
Let me bring up a point, though, with the Friends. Angela is the Friends major fundraiser here. And in the last handful of years, she and my development folks at the library have done a great job of having activities that actually help fund some of those programs that some of your kids may have been part of. Last year, they did a grant with the Cameron Foundation. That Cameron Foundation grant brought in some cash or brought the people in to learn about technology. It was
Oh,
cool
it's so
stuff.
great. Yeah.
The kids learn about robotics. They learn about the arts and crafts side. They learn about multimedia stuff. So it brings the kids in.
Yeah.
And then once they're in, they see the building and they see everything else that's there. It's not just the books, it's the
Right.
librarian, it's the
Yes.
technology, it's all sorts of cool stuff.
I
So
love that maker
that's what
space.
happens. Yeah.
So people can go in and they can do their profile on LinkedIn. They can do their podcast. All of these resources are available at the library. And it is like a missed opportunity that people don't know about. And so that's why we're trying to spread the word. We're beyond books. The things that the library can produce is just off the charts. I mean, I'm just like, wow, we have this. They have 3D printers. They were, they have sewing machines. They teach sewing classes. They made masks during the COVID time. So many opportunities in the library that that people should totally take advantage of.
One of the things from the business side, and this is a business show, that there are dollars and funds that you get in that you can't do some of those cool
That
things.
is
that
That's
she's
exactly
done.
right.
So that's the part that you guys play. Talk about how that works.
Well, King, I call you King because you are.
Well,
the
thank
King.
you very much.
The Friends is so critical to CCPL's success, right? Because without the philanthropy and without the Friends, it would take them a lot longer to develop programs and resources that we need right now, right? For example, last year we did the golf tournament, and thanks to our sponsors, thanks to our contributors, we were able to raise funds. And now CCPL is going to implement an innovative summer program called Spaced Out. Don't go on a tangent. It's not what you think. Spaced Out is not what you think. Spaced Out is going to be a great program. It focuses on, the James Webb Telescope, the discoveries of the Mars rover, and all of these astronomical experiences and ideas. They have placed it in the program. So Meadowdale, Ettrick and Matoaka Library, they planned this program aimed at really kind of showcasing ideas and learning more about the universe, right? So they're focusing on a STEM program that's targeting on space and
Science,
technology,
and math.
engineering, and all. Yeah, STEM. I should
We
do
do
the acronym.
STEAM also.
And now
which
you're
adds
adding the
an
art.
Yeah,
See,
we are.
there you
Yeah,
go.
that's right.
One of the cool parts about this is you learn some of those things. A lot of times when kids come in there, they may not know that thing that gets it. So
I know.
do you
That's the
look at
thing.
yourself as an educator?
We're not about education, we're about learning. The library is a place that
Should I
if you,
That's
a bumper
something.
I know my
Say that one more
business.
time.
That's
Say
it.
that
We're not about education, we're about
I
learning.
love it. I love it.
Learning is self-paced
Yes.
and self-motivated. Education, we hope kids want to go to school and be educated because that makes them good part of
Right.
society. But before school and after school, if you go to high school and move on to a trade, you still got to do some training. But after you're done with that, or after college and you're in your job, there's still some learning that goes on.
Right.
Learning is self-paced, and the public library in the United States, but especially in Chesterfield County, is all about helping folks learn and continuing to learn, to discover who and what they are, who and what their
Love
career is, who and what their life is. I mean, I got 22 grandkids. My kids
That's a
and all
whole
my
nother radio show,
grandkids
right?
love
Lord
the
have
public library. They're all over the place. And I love to show up wherever they live, and we go to the library, and they like introducing their grandpa as
You're a library expert.
That's right.
Because like I said,
Celebrity
he is a celebrity in the
in the
library
library,
world.
yeah.
Because we're talking about it, but it is important.
It is.
Because Angela, you are having a golf tournament once again, correct?
Yes, we're having our second annual golf tournament. It's going to be April 27th at Magnolia Green Golf Course. We need money. We need players. I'm going to just give it to you direct. You heard all the programs that we offer through the library. We need funding for that.
They need
And
funding,
so
ladies and gentlemen. That's what they need.
I need
hold on,
funding.
they
Is there
need-
like a background? Cha-ching. We need
We
it.
need
We
funding.
need funding. It's gonna be a great event. You're gonna be there. You're gonna have your own special golf course.
And
You're
we're
gonna
going
be,
out and talking to
That's
people
right.
about why it's important to support
that's right.
That's
this
correct.
organization and things. I always say changing the world ain't cheap, easy, or free.
No,
Money got to change hands.
exactly.
It truly does.
And I have two.
You got
hands.
two.
You
And
wanna
you
give
were
me
out there.
money?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're gonna make sure people are giving you money.
That's
And
right.
they're gonna give it to the Friends and give it to the library.
That's right.
And
For
see that-
more
And the
programs for
Friends are
our
gonna
young
give it to
people.
vendors and others to help develop. those
Because one of
Yeah.
the parts that we always talk about is helping people. The library doesn't charge.
It does not.
No,
And that is an equalizer for
is.
education for families who don't have.
correct.
That is correct.
And so whether you're there for whatever reason, whatever age you are, it is a resource center that allows you to basically, come there for free and learn.
That's right.
I like the part about that. So the education.
Do you know what the
Learning.
Harvard Classics were all about?
No, sir. I'm
Harvard University president in the early part of the century decided that not everybody could come to Harvard and get an education, but he identified a certain number of materials that if read over a period of time would give them the equivalent
Oh,
of a Harvard liberal education. So the Harvard Classics still exists, and if you read them from cover to cover, front to back, you become the educated man. But what you did is you learned on your own. You didn't have to pay billions of dollars to Harvard University to get it done.
I'm about to get my Harvard degree.
exactly.
And the public library, by the way, has all those
Yep.
and then some.
Alrighty, so
That's
the
great. I
library
like that. That's
now, as
awesome.
opposed to the library, say 30 years ago.
Oh
What's the
my
biggest
gosh.
difference?
Technology to help us provide access. The librarians are more prevalent as helping people learn instead of helping people find an answer to a solution.
Learn versus
They're
find.
helping them learn information that they're using for their life skill.
Alrighty, Angela, the dates on the event are?
April 27th. It starts at 11 o'clock and we're gonna do some golfing, but then we're also gonna have a casino night too. So we're gonna have a lot of like nice raffle prizes. So come on out. If you don't golf, wear the golf clothes, whatever. I have the golf clothes, ride a golf cart, but come
We're
out
gonna
and
ride a golf
support.
cart.
It's
And
for a
we're
good
gonna
cause.
we're gonna put people on the spot. We want to
I
know
love
why
it.
you're supporting this organization.
It also gives them an opportunity to talk about what they do, right? And what their profession is. So it's businesses helping businesses. So Mr. King just puts an extra layer on
Oh, we
just
just
showcasing
have a
our,
good time.
our contributors.
Alrighty, sir, there's somebody out there who the library science, see, I understood the library sciences and I've learned. Talk about what that means and an opportunity as a career.
Mhm.
So libraries still exist. They will exist even with chat technology because the librarian adds the element the personal side of it.
That's right.
We told you during COVID, people still love the library, even though we were using technology to get access. Not everything is technologically available. Not everything is put into technology yet.
Mhm.
You're going to still have to learn. You're going to still have to talk with people to create it and enrich
Right.
that information. Librarians have an undergraduate degree. A professional librarian has a master's degree in library and information science. They know how to find, how to search, how to massage, how to use information. It's a wonderful career. It's warm in the winter, cool in the summer. You meet lots of cool people day in and day out. It pays pretty well. There's lots of opportunities within leadership within the public
Yeah.
library too, managers and other folks who help shape and adjust the library into the future.
So,
The best staff ever. I love
the best,
staff.
and I'm sorry, folks, but I live in Henrico.
That's a good
We
library.
forgive you.
too.
It's a great
Right, so
library.
the one on Staples Mill, right off of there.
Oh, Livy.
I'd gone in there, and it had been a while since I'd been in the library, it may be shocking that it had been a minute or two. The library ain't the way it used to be.
No,
is.
it's real,
No, it is
real
not.
fancy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fancy, and there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of activity, there's a lot of energy in the library.
Mhm.
And that's the part, that is the cool part about that right there is, it's not just a book part.
It is.
It's, it's families in there, it's kids running around, getting some learning, and you're not beating them down. Hey, you gotta learn. They're running and grabbing
Yeah,
that
it's
book.
a warm
story
atmosphere.
time.
Yeah,
And it's a community using
it is.
that facility.
That's
awesome.
what we do.
Alrighty, so really quickly as we wrap up, the date of the event, as I would say, I'd be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to Natalie.
Yes, Natalie Anna-Brownie. She's
Yes.
the one that puts the glue together for
She
us.
is the
We
glue
are nothing without her.
Who made this possible. She had to equip me with the points.
She did that for me because I will go on and
And
tangent.
we have, but this is a really important topic. It is something that makes a difference
So
in
important.
the community. Like I said, when I talked to the superintendent of schools, teaching kids how to interact was something that I hadn't thought about when they came back from COVID. And you start thinking about education is the leveler of, it makes it easier so that now from a distance, I don't have to get to the library. The library can come to me.
That is
That is
And
correct.
that is the coolest part about this.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
coming.
Thanks for having
It
us.
is
We
been.
can't wait to hang out with you on the
Oh
27th.
yeah,
You're gonna
we're
make
be
a
out
party.
there. All right, so we gotta go for the donation to the wheel. Is it the wheelbarrow?
Yes, we are doing
Okay.
a booze bureau, and we are going to auction that off, and we need liquor. Oh no, this is inappropriate, but yeah,
It's ESPN.
it is.
And it's for good.
They talk about it. It's for a good cause. No one's drinking it at the golf course, but
They're drinking it at home.
you can do that at home
That's a
if you want.
wheelbarrow. I
It
mean,
is
that's
a real barrel donated by Home Depot. We're going to fill it up with booze, all kind of booze, and we're going to auction it off during the
okay.
casino.
So you know me, I got major love for sponsors. You want to give a shout out to any of the sponsors?
Oh, I do.
Okay,
There's so many. Give
okay.
a shout out to Call Federal. We're going to give a shout out to Virginia Credit Union, Chick-fil-A. Who
Look
else?
at that, all of
Help
them.
me. There's so many. Richmond Region Tourism, the Richmond Chamber. Our board of supervisors are so supportive. Kevin
The Friends
Carroll,
of the
the
Library.
Friends of the Library is our main sponsor. Thank you for giving us seed money. But so many sponsors. General Services, Kappa Appa. The fraternity, John Neal, who we stole from Henrico that helped build the library, is now in Chesterfield, just to give him that shout out, and so many more. So if you guys want your logo and you want to be exposed to all of this great things, give us a call. Reach out to us. We'd love to have you. We're still taking whole sponsors. We're still taking players, and we're still taking teams
We have time
and booze.
and booze. Get the booze. Get the booze. All right, on the mic, Mike King. We gotta go. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
See ya.